Well, good morning, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back again. Back with another technology video. As most of you probably know that have watched my channel for any length of time, I am into anything and pretty much everything retro related. And that can include things like cassettes, 8-tracks, mini discs, records, etc. But it's not limited to that. And what I have for you today is something that I picked up at my local Dollar Tree. Love going to the Dollar Tree. You never know what you're going to find in there. And this was definitely something fairly unique. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look and see what I got for you guys. This is the Hype Retro Walkie Talkie handset for mobile phones. Now, I love that name, Hype, because does this actually live up to the hype of the product? Well, we're going to find that out in just a couple of minutes. First of all, most of you guys that have lived through the 70s and 80s probably realize this looks very similar to something you used to use with a CB radio. Basically, this is the part you would push and talk into, and the other person could hear you on the other side. And that is pretty much what this looks like, but this by no means works only that way. And I'm going to go ahead and explain that in just a minute, but let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. You can see it says it has a one-touch answer button and volume control. And it says it's compatible with the iPad, iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, and most phones with a 3.5mm jack. And it does work with my phone, so I must say that that's fairly true. As you can see, they show you a diagram on the side. This is the hand device itself, or the microphone slash speaker. And then, of course, the cord plugs into your phone. And when you do plug this into your phone, at least in my case, it does identify it as a handset. So basically, it has a microphone and a speaker capability built in. On the back, you can see what the different buttons do. Right here, you have the volume control. This is not only a volume rocker, but this is actually the on and off switch for it. Up here, there's a button that is the push to talk, or the answer end. So basically, if this is plugged into your phone and somebody calls you, you would push that button and that would actually let you answer the phone. And basically, when you're done talking, you push that button and it would hang up. Now, this is what I found interesting. This is usually the button on a CB radio you would push to talk and then let up so the other person could talk. Well, it doesn't really work that way on this. As you can see, this is called the privacy button. Basically, what this does is this lowers the volume of the speaker by about 75%. This is so if you're in public and you're using this and somebody comes behind you and you don't want them to hear what you're talking about, you could push that button and the volume will get lowered almost instantly. So again, even though this looks like an old CB radio handset, it really isn't. And again, you can see down here it does have an optional 2 AAA battery compartment for, let's see, reverse for extra speaker amplification. And this does help tremendously, as I will demonstrate here in just a couple of minutes. This is a second one that I purchased. I actually have one that I've opened already, but we're going to go ahead and open this one live, and I'm going to show you exactly what you get. Alright, so after some brute force, I have actually gotten into the package. This is not a very well made package, so it's actually pretty easy to get into. Go ahead and open this up. And I really don't care about the box, because I'm not going to really be saving the box, because again, I already have another one that I've been using for quite a while now. Not the easiest thing to open, believe me. Especially trying to pull this plastic out. Alright. Well, this one does not look like it came with the instruction booklet, so we'll go ahead and just take a look at the device here. As you can see, this one is a bluish color. They did have different options. They had a black one, and at the Dollar Tree near my house, they actually had a pink colored one, but seeing as I'm a guy, I like my blues. Now, if you look right in here, you can see there is a fairly decent sized speaker. I would say this is maybe a 1.5 or 2-inch speaker. Here is your volume muting button, basically to bring it down about 75%. There is the push to talk button up there. So basically, to answer your phone, you push that, and then you can talk to whoever's calling you, and then when you're done, again, you just push that to end the call. And then this is the volume rocker, but if you listen closely, you can hear the click to turn it on and off. Now, I don't have any batteries in this one yet, so of course the amplification is going to be fairly low. When you put the two AAA batteries in here, it increases the amplification about 75%. So basically, if you don't have the batteries in, it's about as loud as if you push this button down and go into like the volume muting mode. It does have a little clamp here, so you can go ahead and put this on your belt loop or maybe on your shirt if you had one of those pockets. And right in here is where the batteries go. And I'm going to have to go ahead and stop the camera because I need two hands to get into this battery compartment, that's for sure. Alright, and with the battery cover off, you can see that it's a fairly decently built battery compartment. It takes two AAAs, 1.5 volts each. And from what I can tell, it does last quite a long time because the amplifier in here is not that strong, but it's decent enough, as I'm going to demonstrate, for like audio monitoring capabilities. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys over to my cassette player and show you what I am actually using this for. Alright, so this is my JVC TDW318 that I showed in the vlog about a week ago. Excellent cassette player. I've been using it to dub a lot of cassettes recently. But the one problem I had is I don't actually have this hooked up to an amplifier, so I really couldn't hear what I was recording. I want to be able to do that because I want to make sure the tape that I'm using doesn't have any fade outs in it, make sure that I'm getting a good quality recording. And I also, for most tapes on this, I need to adjust the pitch control because, as you know, different tapes are recorded at slightly different speeds. So whereas one tape I might have the pitch right in the middle, another tape, if I have it there, might run a little too slow, so I have to actually up that pitch control. So that is where this little beauty comes in place. Now, what I've done is I've actually went and gotten one of my adapters, I think there's a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack adapter, because what actually comes in here is the size you would put in your cell phone or any modern MP3 player. So this basically just lets me go from the smaller size jack to the larger size headphone jack that most stereo component systems use. And basically what I am using this for is a glorified monitoring device. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that for you right now. So let me go ahead and turn this on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume all the way up. Go ahead and put power on here. And this is actually just a classical tape, but because of copywriting issues, I am not going to play this for very long. And while we're here, I'll demonstrate that muting capability. If I push this down, you can hear it's limited the volume to only about 25%. Now, you do have to hold it there, but if I let up, it goes back to normal. Like I said, this is by no means a high fidelity setup, but it does allow me to monitor my recordings to make sure everything is working properly. And of course, this does adjust the volume, go up and down. Now if I turn this off, this is the way it would sound without any batteries. As you can see, as you can hear, it's about the same as if I have the muting button enabled. But excellent device for basically monitoring audio, but of course that's not the only thing it can do. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, and we'll go ahead and hook the other one up to my cell phone, and I'll show you exactly how that works. Alright, so I have my cell phone here. I'm going to go ahead and plug this microphone into it. And as you can see, it immediately identifies this as a headset device. Now, basically, I'm not going to make a phone call here, but what I will do is demonstrate how this works through Google Voice. Go ahead and turn it on, and I'll go ahead and push Google Voice, and we'll go ahead and search for something. Wikipedia compact cassette. And as you can see, it works just fine. And that was actually coming from the built-in microphone here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to answer my phone real quick. But as you can see, this is a fairly universal device that has many different uses around the home. And for $1, you really can't beat what it can do. So if you're in Dollar Tree in the near future and you see one of these hype retro walkie-talkie handsets, I would highly recommend picking this up. It is a really cool device for those of you like me that are into retro technology, but also has a practical use for our modern technology, such as phones. And of course, if you need something that you can plug in and just monitor recordings like I do, it's also very good for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.